Brown Eyed Girl is one of those songs that most bass players would be asked to play at some point in their career. Now, I often hear a few groans when this song is mentioned, and I've played it a lot of times, let me tell you, but I always enjoy it once the song gets going. The bass line has a really nice groove to it and it's satisfying to play, and it's also accessible to all levels of playing. Now, it's actually quite complex when you start looking at the bass line, but you can play a simplified version that works really well over the whole song. So in this lesson I'm going to break down the bass line of Brown Eyed Girl. I'm going to show you how to play it and show you some of the subtleties and the extra little bits that you might not have noticed before. I've also written a note-for-note transcription of the original bass line. You can get that for free by clicking the link below in the description. That's in standard notation and tab. That's a really handy chart to have on hand because you're bound to be asked to play this song if you haven't already. And also grab that PDF, it's really good for this lesson. And a shout out to Mike Todd, who recently reminded me about this bass line. Before you do anything else, don't forget to subscribe to my channel here on YouTube by clicking the red button in the corner of the screen. The chord progression for Brown Eyed Girl is really simple. You really only need to know 2 progressions for the whole song. The bulk of Brown Eyed Girl is just a bar of G, a bar of C, a bar of G and a bar of D. And there's a tag on the end of the verses which is a bar of C, a bar of D, a bar of G and a bar of E minor, then a bar of C, a bar of D, a bar of G and a bar of D. And there are 2 extra bars of D at the end of verse 2 and verse 3. The chorus is the same as the verse, you just go round and round G, C, G, D. And the bass break is just over a G chord. The progression feels really natural when you're playing it, you just have to remember the different sections, especially those 8 bars at the end of the verses. The bass line is very repetitive, but it does change slightly through the song. There's some really nice things in there that you might not have noticed before. First of all, I'm going to show you what you play for the intro. Now this has the basic bass line in it that you can use for the rest of the song. There's a bass pickup into the song, so it's kind of 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And that pickup is just E, F sharp, G. So that's quite important that you get that pickup. I'll just play the intro for you, which is 8 bars long. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it's 8 bars long, but you just play the first 4 bars again exactly, okay, and that completes the intro. Okay, so we start with E, F sharp, G, okay, and then the same rhythm again at the end of that bar, G, B, C, okay, so E, F sharp, G, G, B, C, C, E, F sharp, G, okay. Okay, that's up to G. So first of all, G, C, G, and then this rhythm again, B, C sharp, D. Okay, so G, C, high G there, and then D, the 5th fret of the A string. Okay, so E, F sharp, G, G, B, C, C, E, F sharp, G, B, C sharp, D. And that rhythm there for that last bar, so that's bar 4. So D, E, F, F sharp. Okay. Do, 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 do. So it's 1, 2, do, 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 do. So 1, 2, b, 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 b. Okay. So that's called a syncopated rhythm there. So do, 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 do. Okay. Try those first 4 bars with me. We'll do it a bit slower. Okay. I'll count you in. So remember, we come to 1, 2, 3, ba-dum-ba. Okay, so get ready, open E, and you're going up to F sharp to G. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and that D, you hold that on. D, and the other notes are short. Okay, so we'll do that again, and just I'll loop that round and round. Okay, those 4 bars. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you could use that bass line for all of the verse until the chords change. You could use that for the chorus. Okay, so for the most of the song, if you're just happy playing at that level, just use that bass line and loop it round and round. But what I'm going to do now is show you kind of what the bass line, or where the bass line goes for the rest of the song. So if you look at verse 1 now, it's virtually the same, but we've just got longer notes at the beginning of the bar. So at the beginning of the verse, we kind of hold it down for sort of 2 beats. Now it does vary through the bass line, but just they're just longer notes really. Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, now we've also got, on the first time around the verse, we've got C, C sharp, D, okay, and then the second time we've got like the intro, B, C sharp, D, okay. Now these don't really matter when you're playing it live, but I'm just showing you the exact bass line, okay. Now if you might want to do your own thing, but this is the exact bass line. And then the third line, so is bar 17. Sort of the same as the first 4 bars of the verse, and then from bar 21. Okay, now the end of that that line there, we've got D, but we're going to C where the chords change, so we do a slightly different bass line. D, 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 D to C. Okay, so just if we look an overview of the verse, just remember to hold the notes on longer. You've got on the first 4 bars, you've got from the G bar G, you've got C, C sharp to D, and then the next time round, next 4 bars, you've got B, C sharp, D, and the next 4 bars again C, C sharp, D, and the next 4 bars B, C sharp, D. Okay, so just very subtle changes there, and if you look at the chart, you'll just see that some notes are a little bit longer. Okay, so for the first 8 bars on those bars of C, you've just got 1 quarter note, and when you've got the second lot of 8 bars, you've got a dotted quarter note. It just means that you hold it down, so there's no space. Okay, so as I said, these are very subtle changes, but it's nice to kind of look at them. Okay, and at the end of the verses, we now have this chord change. The progression changes to C, D, G, E minor, and then C, D, G, D. Okay, now it's quite a nice bass line here. The rhythm kind of changes slightly. It becomes more of a type of kind of Motown bass line. I like to look at this. So I'll just play that for you. So this is from bar 25. 3, 4. Okay, now I've never played that exactly until I looked at the bass line for this lesson. I've just kind of played an approximation there. But it's a really nice line there. I'll play it for you once more. 3, 4. Okay, so we start on C, C, A, C sharp, D. Now you can use open A there, or 5th fret. So C, A, C sharp, D. Okay, that's a nice rhythm there. 1, 2, and. So 1, 2, and. Okay, so D to F sharp, G, G, B, D, E. Okay, I'll play those first 4 bars where that changes, so that's from bar 25. 3, 4. Okay, try that with me. 3, 4. Going on bar 29. Okay, so that's slightly different there. So we've got C, C, A, C sharp, D, D, E, G, open E, and then G, B, C, A, D, D, F, D, F sharp. Okay, I'll play it from bar 29. Join in with me if you think you can play along. 3, 4. Okay, I'll play it from bar 25. 3, 4. And it moves up to G again for verse 2. If you're enjoying this lesson, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel by pressing the red subscribe button in the corner of the screen. And also, if you click the bell, then click all, you'll get notified when any of my new lessons come out. I'll now show you some variations in the bass line, and as I said, it changes subtly throughout the whole bass line. But if we look at verse 2, that just starts on this high G here, and then it's kind of the same thing for a while. That's nice, that bar, that's bar 38. They're shorter notes. Okay, so that's pretty similar there. There's nothing really that new in there. And then we come to bar 49 where the chord progression changes again. This is fairly similar to what we played at the end of verse 1, but I'll play it through for you. So this is from bar 49. Okay, so try that with me, a little bit slower. 3, 4. And then D, and then we've got these 2 bars of D here. So shift here, so put your first finger on D, the 5th fret of the A string, and then okay, so that's just really using root, D, 5th and the octave, okay? So we've got a nice syncopated offbeat pattern here. Okay, and then we've got an open E at the end of those 2 bars, okay? So we've got, I'll play it slowly for you. This is bar 37, 3, 4. Try that with me. 3, 4. And again, 3, 4. So lots of those notes are off the beat. So we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay? Again, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay? And it's the same rhythm for the next bar. Verse 3 is fairly similar to the other verses. Remember, you've got this all down on the PDF. It just kind of has the same type of bass line. Okay, and then when we move to the chord change, this is bar 91 for that C. We've got okay, so there's a lot going on there on these bars that change from C, D, G, E minor. They're very syncopated, so that means they're off the beat, okay? So they make it really interesting. It's really good if you can put some of that in when you're playing it live. The chorus again sounds like a kind of Motown type bass line. There's a lot of offbeat notes. I'll play that for you. So this is the first chorus. So have a listen to that. 3, 4. goes up to G. Okay, again, this is just G, C, G, D looped round twice. So you could use that original intro bass line. That would work there. I'm sure I've done that a few times when I've first played that live, and you've probably done that as well. Okay, but I'll just show you, briefly break down the chorus. So we've got G, that's the kind of same thing, but then that C bar, okay, so we've got, it's a kind of chromatic run. Chromatic means it just goes up fret by fret. So we've got C, E, E, F, F sharp, G, okay? Okay, now I usually kind of keep my second finger on G, so then I've got like first finger on B. If you move out of that, I plan to play the F and shift along again, so I'm back in position. For most of the bass line, I kind of stay there with my second finger on the 3rd fret. Okay, so that bar of C, and then G. Okay, that's very chromatic there. We've got, it's just kind of like a walk up if you didn't play the rhythm. If you've seen any of my blues walk up video, that kind of explains these chromatic runs, as they're called. Kind of walking bass line, but we've got this rhythm, and then we've got the walking line. Okay, so what you need to count for that from that G is 1, 2 and 1, 2 and. Okay, 1, 2 and then we've got this G here, same kind of rhythm, boom, boom. So 1, 2 and. That's nice there on the C bar. So you'll kind of pick up that we've got these same rhythms reoccurring again throughout the bass line, especially that one. Okay, and then this is where we go into the bass break. So first of all, it's just 4 bars of G, just playing this rhythm. And then G, E, D. Okay, and then we're really into the bass run. So that's where kind of everything else cuts out at this point. I've heard lots of things played in this bass break. You can do what you want, really. I quite like the original bass line. Okay, we've just got, it's the basic bass line, really similar to the kind of intro. We've got this bit. Okay, I do a kind of hammer on, D, D to E, G, E, okay, and then shift back down for verse 3, second finger on the 3rd fret. Okay, so I'll just play those 4 bars. Okay, so it's a bit of a quick shift there, and then you're into the bass line again. We'll skip now to the last chorus. Again, that just repeats G, C, G and D round and round, but there's a really nice rhythm that comes in here that's not in the rest of the bass line. So it kind of starts normally, and then it changes here to on the beat. Okay, so if we look at the 3rd bar, we've got G, B, C, C sharp, D. Okay, before it was, okay, now it's, so just on the beat, 1, 2, 1, 2. Back to and. So that makes a really nice change at the end to the bass line. It's quite a subtle change. You're just playing on the 2nd beat instead of on 2 and, but it makes a big difference, and it just kind of picks things up at the end of the song. Well, that's pretty much everything for the bass line. Remember that if you're a beginner and you just want to play a basic bass line, you can use the intro bass line for almost all of the song. You just have to learn something different for the sections at the end of the verse where it kind of goes to C. So remember to grab the PDF. You can get that by clicking the link below in the description, and then play through this bass line, and hopefully you can nail it at your next gig. I'd love to hear how you got on with this lesson. Let me know in the comments below. I answer all of those. And if you played this bass line before at gigs, let me know how many times you've played it. It might have been hundreds of times. And also, if you've played it before, have you done anything interesting in the bass break? Maybe you've slapped something, or just played a busy bass line, or just played one note. Just let me know. I'd love to hear that below in the comments. Don't forget to like and share this video. It really helps me out. Share it on social media with anyone you think might want to learn this bass line. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel by clicking the red subscribe button. And if you felt that you got value out of this lesson, you can always buy me a coffee. They're $5. The link's at the bottom of the screen here, or there's a clickable link in the description. And also check out my website, gbshed.com. I've got loads of resources over there and some merch. We've got some t-shirts, bass courses, and also have a look in the description. There's loads of useful links there for different bass resources. This is Greg from Greg's Bass Shed. Hope to see you very soon in the next lesson.